Hi guys, Squirrel here. Welcome back to another My Summer Car video. In fact, welcome back to another video. I've been on a little bit of a break, as you may have noticed. I apologise for the lack of videos over the last week or so. I've been pretty poorly and just not up to making vids, but I'm back in the mix now. I'm glad to say I'm feeling healthy once more. And My Summer Car has had a update to the experimental branch, which is what I'm on. Just reading through the patch notes, one of the things is the mailbox is now operational. And I've got no mail at the moment, no fan mail or anything like that, but it does say he will in future implement things like electricity bills. So watch this space. It looks like if we start leaving all the lights on in the house and the sauna on and all this kind of thing, then we're going to be getting a big fat bill for it. So that's one thing. Now, I did have a bunch of comments on my last video. I have read through them. And the most notable one has got to be, oh my god, he unscrewed the oil filter, rip engine when he next starts it, blah blah blah. So apparently what I managed to do, I'm just going to have a look now, apparently what I managed to do while I was... I must say, you guys don't miss a trick, oh my god. I completely and utterly missed this. So apparently, the oil filter, which is what here... Yep, there you go. There you go. I somehow managed to unscrew that. And if I'd have started my engine, I would have probably had a seized stroke, possibly on-fire engine. So thank you for that one, because you just saved me a lot of pain. That does mean, of course, that the oil will have leaked everywhere. So let me start off by spinning that round and refilling the oil, which is probably completely depleted. Yep, there you go, 100% depletion. Also, right, so in the change notes, there's been some interesting stuff coming through. So what he's done is he's completely changed the way that batteries are implemented in the game. The battery is now, it has a condition. In other words, it starts off, you know, with a full charge and all the rest of it, and eventually it can end up flat. And not only that, but he's slowed down the alternator charging rate. So that's the amount of power that is generated when the engine's running that's put back into the battery. That's been slowed down, which means the charge-up rate is lower. And until he implements some kind of, you know, the fact that you can probably buy a battery charger, until he's implemented that, there's no other way of charging the battery right now. Yes, we'll come and suck it for you. So we've got that, those two, and nothing up there yet, so we need another job. Yeah, so what he's done is he's reset the battery, so the battery is probably in here somewhere, there it is. Because they've all been reset, and they now have a battery condition. And what he's saying is, there's no... Like, normally what used to happen was, when you save the game and load it again, the battery would completely reset, but that doesn't happen anymore. Pop that back in. Actually, let me just pop that out, I want to show you something. So the battery has some kind of state, we don't know what charge state that's in, and I don't have a battery meter. He's not added that, so we can't actually test it. I don't think we can buy... Let me have a look, actually. I don't think... We should probably go down to Fleetari. You can buy spare batteries. I very much doubt they're a mail order item. If anything, they're going to be down at Fleetari. No, not there. So, you know, because what I'd like to know is, can I buy a spare battery and stick it on the shelf, ready for when that one goes? Or is it a case that the only way to sort this out is to go and buy another battery from the store, but I have to trade that one in? I don't know at the moment. We'll have to wait until it goes flat. But what I wanted to show you was this. If you jump in the car, when there's no battery on, okay, so you get absolutely nothing, you know, completely dead, as you would expect. And also the clock. The clock used to move when the battery was on. So it currently says 4 PM. Or is it 4 AM? It's got to be 4 PM. No, hang on a minute. No, that's not right. So let's put the battery in and hopefully the clock should set, because it looks like morning to me. Don't ask me how the clock knows what time it is. But there you go, so the radio comes on now. Yeah, there you go. So mystically we have an atomic clock. Not bad considering what year it is. But it's 9 AM. So let me turn that off, because if you leave that on now, it is, of course, going to deplete the battery. So that's one thing to watch out for. Which means at some point, you're probably going to turn the key and nothing's going to happen. If that happens, well, it's that thing. And your only way to fix it is to pop it out of there and go and get another one. In another vehicle, of course. So that's good news. It's like more... Come on. More implementation, more detail. Never a bad thing. So let's see. We fill the oil, put the thing back on. That should now start. Just double check it's all good. Right, so there's the battery charging meter there, or the battery level. Actually, is that the charge meter or is that the battery charge state? I assume that's the charge state. Which means it started on here, like just less than a half. And it's currently charging up, so if we leave the engine running, it should bring it back into the green. So it looks like the alternator... Anyway, yeah, it seems to be working. That's the main thing. Now then, what did I put? What did I put this meter on? Because I can't remember. Okay, so I'm going to put a... Yeah, we're going to have a play with the nitrous, I've decided. I want to find out... Did I really leave that here? I want to find out how good it is. So what we're going to probably do... Did I map a button to this? There you go. So I've mapped a button to the nitrous, but the nitrous gas is currently turned down. So what I want to do is I want to take this thing down to the... You know the little strip, the airport thing, where you can do test runs? And I want to test it. I want to do the standing quarter of a mile without any nitrous, and then put the nitrous on and do a standing quarter of a mile, and just see what kind of performance difference we get. Just to find out what kind of time it's adding, because I'm kind of curious about that. Alright, so the battery's now back in the green. So it looks like the alternator does give it a fair amount of juice, actually. I had feared that... Actually, thinking about this now, this is probably draining the battery, just updating that clock as well. So there is a standing depletion on the battery, and considering it doesn't reset when you save, that could get interesting. Okay, let's pop this in the back. Stick that in there. So what else was in the release notes? Well, he's added stuff... Well, he's fixed a bunch of things, as you would expect. There's always a round of bug fixes, and then there's a round of changes. Let's grab some sausage. Let's grab a drink. The tractor and flatbed weight has been adjusted. So apparently... I wonder if you get a bill for water as well. I bet you do. I bet it'll start sending bills through for water. So apparently the weights of the tractor and the flatbed have been adjusted, which means it should perform better, because it was very, very sluggish, I must admit. So hopefully that performs better. He's changed it so that, you know, the fish that you can catch the fish now, you can cook them, and the pike, the pike fish, you can only catch that around the cottage island. So, you know, I guess what that means is if you take your fishing basket and let's say you bring it back to the home here, you know, you bring it back here and then you go down there and maybe put it in the lake, then you'll catch fish, but you won't catch pike. So the pike will only spawn in and around the island cottage, which is, well, that's fair enough, I guess. Really? Why does the phone have to ring when I'm soaking wet? Come on! This game. Okay, we've now got 4 jobs to do on the sewage. Which brings me neatly to another change. The septic tank now has to be emptied at the water facility, and you have to pay a waste handling fee. Oh yes. If you dump your septic waste on the ground anywhere, that is considered to be a felony, and you will get a letter in the mailbox with a fine. So that's pretty interesting, right? So yeah, that means that... Oh yeah, and there's this to pay as well. Lol. So that means... Let me go and have a look how much waste is in here, because I can't remember. Alright, that's empty. If we was to chuck this on the floor here, if we was to go and collect some poop and throw it on the floor, we're going to get a letter in the post with a big fat fine in it. We have to take it to the water treatment plant, and we have to pay the waste handling fee. So that's interesting, because I'm not actually sure where the water treatment plant is right now. Is it on the map? That's the question. Let's see. This is houses. Where would the water treatment plant be? There's the runway. Would it perhaps be here? Or is it all the way up here somewhere? I don't know. I need to figure that out. When we fill up our tanker with waste, we're going to have to figure that one out. So that's another interesting change. So yeah, the car batteries we can bought from Fleetari. What I want to do is drive past Fleetari, go inside and see if I can buy a new battery. Because I want to know if I can have a spare one, because it seems to me that would be quite a cool thing to do. And that is about it for the experimental branch changes, I think. Let me put this back inside the garage, because I really don't want to lose that. And let's drive down to... How much fuel have we got? Let's drive down to the 1/4 mile test strip. Oh, we're good for fuel. Let's drive down to the 1/4 mile test strip and see what it's like. Have a play with this little nitrous bottle here, and then we'll go to Fleetari and try and get it charged up, because I've not done that yet either, and see if we can buy a spare battery. Let's put that in. So yeah, that's a nice fun thing to start with. Although I'm not convinced that I've got the carb tuned exactly correctly right now. Oh, I see this because I've got the... to give it a bit of welly before we can actually get it going, otherwise it'll just stall. Right, so I'll get us down there, and then we'll have some fun. I decided to swing by the tip while we're just round the corner and load all these bottles up, because I figured they'd all spawn here, and so I've just filled up the boot with this stuff because we're going to need it anyway for the KILU. So the only thing left here now is the original cover that we had, and the weather is... yeah, the weather's gone full rip on us, put it that way. Okay, parking brake off. So let's take ourselves down to the drag strip. We've got to be careful now. The whole tip thing's been reworked. You've got this dirt track that you can take, and then there's this bit which is a little bit boggy. There's like a lot more friction through this. Let's get ourselves level. There he is. There's the man. The man with the stopwatch. Pop this out. Okay, so there shouldn't be any time showing here. So what I might do is I might do a left. I might do one on the left with no nitro, no nitrous, and then one on the right with the nitrous, something like that. So let's just double check. Everything is set correctly for this scientific experiment. So that is definitely off at the moment. Let's put it on full. I hope this thing's fully charged. It should be. Okay, so that's full nitrous. Once we hit that button, go to outer space. See you later, bro. Let's get ourselves comfy in the center. That thing gone. No reaction whatsoever. Absolutely no reaction. Right, I don't think the weight of these bottles is going to make any difference in this experiment. They don't weigh very much. Don't wish the clouds would go though. Make it a bit easy to see the actual tarmac. We'll do one run and then go and have a look at the time. Been a little while since I've done this. So I might do one run then another, just to see if I can get a decent time without the nitrous. I remember when this thing used to be really bugged. And you just couldn't get it to trigger properly, like you couldn't stop on the line exactly. There's a real danger I'm going to stall it now. It's so hard to get the rev to come up just to hold it, you know. God, I'm going to stall this. Are we in position, or is it a bit more forward? A lot of wheel slip there. An awful lot of wheel slip was happening. And that should be the meter right there. Let's go and check that time registered. Blimey, I put the lights on? This is ridiculous. Let's see what that look like. Probably blow my engine up doing this, but hey, it's going to be fun. Right, quarter of a mile, 18.7. Terminal speed, 129.9. That's not bad. So 18.7 on a quarter of a mile. Okay. Let's see if we can... I think there's a lot of wheel slip. How do you control that power coming off the gate? That's the question. And if I was to hit the nitrous in first gear, it's just going to make that problem even worse as well. Let me have one more go without the N2O on it and see what happens. I want to see if I can better that 18.7. Let's go on the left side again. Eke it forward. Okay, I think it's not. Oh, hang on. Thought it wouldn't reset then. Oh, what? Why was that invalid? Try and see if we can reset it here. Do we go over this line to reset, presumably? No. What do we do to reset then? Okay, let's try the other line. Maybe it went a bit buggy on me. Is that a gear crunches? Sound like a new gearbox. Got to get the wheel just on the line there. That was a decent-ish start. Hopefully we can beat our first time. Do you know, at some point he's probably going to implement tyre wear and brake pad wear and all kinds of stuff, isn't he? Right, let's go and see what happened. In theory, it should have been a bit quicker. I think we had a bit less wheel slip and I got a good green light start. That's better. 18.2. Alright, so terminal speed was a little bit quicker, but because I had less wheel slip, I got 18.2 out of it. Now, I don't know how you... Dude, can you reset the times? Because I want to go again. Can you, like, How do we reset this? Like that? Will that reset it? What about this? Do I have to sign the form or something? I'm such a scumbag. Wait a sec, I just need to chill out for 1 second, bro. Wow. How big are my lungs? Look at this. Look at this. It's like you just inhaled 3 lungs worth of smoke. Wow, the exhale is real. That's ridiculous. I'll be right back, bro. I'm just going to blow up my engine, okay? You can keep that. Okay. Let's try again. Hopefully the lights have reset. So this time, I'm going to try... When I go to second gear, I'm going to press the nitrous button. I'm not going to do it in first gear because there's too much wheel slip. But as soon as I hit second gear, I'm going to punch it. Like the Millennium Falcon, I'm going to punch it, Chewie. And we're going to hit hyperspace, hopefully. Unless it does what happened on the Millennium Falcon, where it goes... Brr, 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 brr. Brakes. That light's still on red. I have no idea how you reset that. Maybe you have to drive through the finishing line on the left to get it to reset. Whoa. Whoa! Panic. My tyres are shot. Okay, let's reset it apparently. My gearbox sounds dodgy, guys, it really does. Okay, let's try and nudge our way onto the line. Second. Nitrous. Well, it doesn't feel like the Millennium Falcon. It didn't feel like it was pinning me in my seat, did it? I was expecting, you know, warp drive effects, you know, like outer space. Nothing really happened. Let's see what the timing said. Uh-oh. My bad. 18.5? You what, mate? 128.8? You what, mate? How could that have been slower? That doesn't make any sense. Pressure valve. That is maximum, right? How does that work? How? Do you know how much I spent on this nitrous? How can it make me slower? It's outrageous. I'm not centered. It's annoying me. Oh, is it because there's a bottle stuck in my handbrake lead? The problem is because you can't feel any G-forces and you can't. There's no audible. Like there's no change in the engine audio. The nitrous kit is definitely fitted correct, isn't it? How does this work? Have I done something wrong here? Am I using it wrong? Okay, let's try. Revs. Nitrous is fully engaged. Nice controlled deceleration. If this is the same, then I'm inclined to think that I've done something wrong. 18.1, okay. I mean, it's slightly quicker, but 129.69. What's that? Let's change that value. I mean, that, you know, 18.1, 18.2 could just be down to me wheel slipping a little bit less, but that is not the kind of result I would expect from something with nitrous fitted, you know? I wasn't expecting miracles, but I was expecting something pretty cool. I mean, the nitrous kit is definitely fitted. The button is definitely there. The valve is in place. But it just doesn't feel like it works. Do I need to get the pressure right? Am I over-pressurizing it? Should we try half? Should we try half pressure and see if that makes it better? Maybe... I mean, I've never owned a nitrous kit in real life, so I don't know what the trick is. Wow, that glitches out there, don't look at that. Alright, let's have one more go. And then we'll have to leave this chap alone. I would have thought that maximum... Oh, great. Just what you want when you're doing a scientific experiment. Make it rain. I don't know if he's implemented frictional changes in wet weather. Beautiful. And the weather's gone again. Yeah, I don't know how nitrous works. Like, do you have to get the pressure setting optimized, or does it just mean if you turn it to maximum, you get the most power, but you probably have more chance of breaking your engine? You know, I kind of assume the latter. There's a dance up to the line. Great, can we get rid of the rain, please? Didn't feel like any weather affected that in any way. Wow. Well, it's a good day for doing drag strip tests, don't you think, buddy? 17.9. It's quicker. But not, you know, astonishing. What was the top speed? Not astonishingly quicker. Well, 133. That's a little bit better. That's 4Ks up. I don't know. What's your experience with this, guys? Let me know in the comments. I need to know. Is there a guide somewhere that explains how to optimize this? Am I doing something wrong? Have I done something wrong? Do you see similar results from nitrous? I would be very interested to hear your comments on this. I was expecting more. I was expecting it to shave like a second off, not 0.1 of a second or 0.2 of a second. I was expecting to get much higher speeds, but I cannot rule out the fact that I may have just done something wrong here. And my nitrous is not working properly. Right, it's 4 PM, which means it's too late to get down to Fleetari now. So I may as well just head home. Maybe we'll go back to the cottage and have some fish. Right, finally back home. Wow, he needs to reduce the bloom on that, doesn't he? It's too much. Let's just double check the lights are definitely off. Oh, that's interesting. The lights do not operate with the ignition off, which is good. Because normally on a car, you can put the side lights on. Even when the ignition's not turned on. Right, let's have a quick drink. We are getting tired. Now, I am seriously considering, at some point, sleeping in the house to try and get arrested. It's something it's something I want to do. I want to resolve that fine either way. I either want to pay it, which I can afford to do. You know, I can afford to pay the fine. Or, I want to sleep. And then, when the cops arrive, I want to see if I can get out of my house. I don't know if you can. There must be a way of doing it. I've left the motorbike inside. I'm kind of thinking about Thelma and Louise and the whole thing out the front door on the motorbike. But I don't honestly know if that's going to work. But right now, I fancy some fish and some food. And sleep in the cabin. Oh, look at that. I just left plenty of beer here, didn't I? Not very organised of me. Let's take one there. Driver mode. Gear select. Okay, this is where you quite literally pray that your stuff doesn't glitch out and fall through the floor. Because in my summer car, let's just say the physics is not perfect. Okay, I'm on the approach. I'm on final. Not really. If you get your angle here right, it makes it a lot easier to dock. A bit like landing a plane, really. Actual landing is more a factor of the approach than anything else. Okay, I think we can just... Stop, look at that. Like a glove. Right, let me out of here. Cool, we've got the beer. There's the fishing net. Right, I'm going to chop up some wood and start a fire before we start grabbing fish. We need to bring some wood into here. The fireplace should work, and then we just stick fish in it. I think that's how it works, if I remember. So we don't need many logs, just a couple. You can, of course, use the shower. Sorry, the sauna. There's no shower here. There's a sauna. But remember, if you want to get yourself clean when you're here, all you need to do is go for a swim. Works perfectly well. As it should. I tell you what, though. Wouldn't you just love to have a little log cabin like this? Like, if you came here... Imagine if you couldn't get any phone reception, right? And you came here. It's like how things used to be, where you just fall off the grid for a little while, you know? Sort your head out. Just come here, no texts, no phone calls, no TV. Just come here with, you know, your other half or your friend. Like, you could bring some D&D here and just do some role-playing. You know? God, ultimate chill or what, eh? Right, I think we just put that in there like that. There you go. 4 usually fills it up. Or remember, I think 5 won't. Yeah. Start the fire. Put the light on. Okay. Now, if we go and grab a little fishy. There it is. Okay, let's put that there. Open. Pick up a fish. Grab the fish, close the trap. Put it back in the water so they don't die. Hey! The size of that. We shall not go hungry. And then I think you can just chuck it in there. You know, I mean, it's not... it's not the most sophisticated thing, but there's no rack to put it on. So what can you do? of a beer. Lovely. So the fatigue bar is going up. Bring the stress bar down a bit while the fish cooks. Let me know about that nitrous thing, guys, if you know. If you've got any tricks or tips, or there's somewhere I can go and get more info on it. How to tune it to get the best. Because I'd like to be... Because if we're going to enter the rally on Saturday, like I said, the rally's pretty competitive now. So if we're going to enter the rally, I want to make sure that that's all working correctly. Now, in theory, our dirtiness bar should be coming down at this point. Yeah, there you go. Now it's coming down. Nothing like a good swim in the lake. You know what? I'm just going to go au naturel here. It's kind of weird that it does that though, isn't it? It shouldn't really do that. It should just blend. Ooh. There you go. So I've only got hunger and fatigue to sort out. So we've got to do sewage jobs next. We need to take the wood. We could pay the fine, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try sleeping at the house and see if I can... Wait, did I not bring any beer back here? Wow. Good job I brought one. Blimey. I couldn't remember if I brought a load of beer back or not. I would have brought the others if I'd known. I like to make sure we've got food and drinks scattered around. At some point, I assume that's going to show us cooked pike or something, and we can actually eat it. I'm not sure how long you have to wait. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe you don't... No, I think you do cook it in though. I don't think you cook it in here. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? Let's leave that in there. There should be a little thing where you can put your chopped wood. Like a... You know, one of those little containers, and you put the wood in there, and then you can chop some wood and put it in here, and then you've not got to worry about it anymore. Fatigue bar's on red. I had to wait another couple of minutes, and then when I was sat here watching it, the colour changed. And it became grilled pike. Look at that. Look at that. Doesn't it look delicious? Doesn't it have the texture of a rusty nail? Alright, let's eat it. Nom nom nom. I wish we had some dessert to wash it down with. Let's have some potato chips and make ourselves super thirsty. Right, I think... Come on, can I have a beer, please? I think we're going to have to call it there. I need to sleep now. My guy's getting really tired. What a place to sleep. Crackling of the fire. There we go. So yeah, leave me some comments, let me know about the nitrous side of things. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Good to be back making vids again. And yeah, take care. See you soon.